All right, we are live. We are live. Make sure y'all can hear me. Give a few seconds for people to get in this room before we get it started. Hope y'all doing okay. Y'all know how this goes. It's Thursday. I hope y'all been having a good week. Been having a great week in Bizarro Land, even though we are in Bizarro Land, like you often hear me say. This is we're living in some interesting times, you know. We got everybody all over the place. We got Biden selling crude oil to China. I mean, we got people getting laid off. I mean, what a great time to be alive, guys. So let's get right into today's show. Go ahead and get this crack. What a great time to be alive, guys. So let's get right into today's show. Go ahead. What's going on, everybody? See, we got a couple of people in the room. Thank you for being with me today. This is a Thought and Talk podcast with Aaron EBM. I appreciate you being here today. Like I said before, man, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of inconsistencies I'm seeing, a lot of inconsistencies, and which brought me to the topic of today's live stream, of today's broadcast, is the consistency. We need more consistency. I've been seeing a lack of consistency, and people don't really understand how much consistency is the key. So before we get into that, man, I've been seeing a lot of stuff going on. You know, I try to stay away from a lot of the different places and in social media, because you need to really get more than the social media in your mind, and it's kind of hard to stay away, man. But like I said before earlier, that we're in Bizarro Land. We're in the Twilight Zone. TD Jakes was taking some heat because what do you know? After our good Kevin Samuels passed away, he has been seen saying some of the very things that Kevin Samuels and some of the other men and various content creators out there, that a lot of the problems that's been going on in the Black community is because of the women being trained to be like men. What do you know? I have not. There hasn't been a day in the last 2 years of me being around here on social media that I would believe or I would ever see pastors quoting men in the manosphere or man-centric content. I never would have thought I'd seen it, but I did. And you know what? You got people chastising, you got people talking down on the various men content creators. But what do you say? What do you say to one's own good Reverend TD Jakes? What do you say? What do you call him a liar? Do you call him a misogynist? Is he just plain wrong, or is it something wrong with him, or is his views wrong? What do you think? What do you think? Is he just said I'm echoing? Hold on. I got some. Let me get it. I'll get it. Let me know if that's all right now. Let me know if that's all right now, Bells. Appreciate it, Bells. Thought I had this thing good, but it could be. Now, said I got some feedback. Is that all right now? Can you hear me all right now, or am I still getting feedback? I don't know. But let me look into this. I appreciate it while I'm waiting on you to let me know if I'm still having some feedback. Let me know if I'm still having some feedback. Right? Good. Appreciate it. I knew, kind of got it figured out what it was. Man, but I'm telling you, let's just get it started, man. This is getting rough out here. I told you guys the first. If you didn't listen to me before, I hope you listen to me now. It's getting rough out here. We got women stealing meat. We got women getting caught stealing meat at the grocery stores, stuffing their pants with meat. I haven't heard about this stuff happening like that for years. We got pastors quoting manosphere talking points. We got Glorilla. I seen that Glorilla is pregnant. I didn't know if I was tripping, or was it real? But the very woman that they said was ghetto, was ratchet, still end up getting pregnant. And you know what? The cycle continues. If you were brave enough to get a woman like that pregnant and tether yourself to a woman like that, you deserve everything you get. But peace to you. I salute you. Oh man. Oh man. What's going on, everybody? I got a couple people watching me here. I appreciate you coming by. We got Kim Burrell going crazy in church, talking about people in church, joning on people, roasting people in church. She had to apologize. You know what I'm saying? She had to apologize for everything she said. And you know what? It's a time to where people have to realize they can't just do or say whatever they want to do and say. But we're in the time that people believe that they can just get away with everything, with any and everything they do, and forget about the people that they were supposed to be holding them accountable. But let me see what I can find. I can find on that. A lot of stuff going on. Let me shout out to the new members too before I get too started into today's program. Welcome to the new subscribers: Paul, Bryson, John Powdrill, and La Toya. Appreciate you for coming by the den. I appreciate you being one of my den sisters and den brothers. I appreciate all your support. Thank you for coming by the channel. You guys know that in maybe a week or two, everybody's subscriber counts will be on blast. So if you're hiding your subscriber counts, say bye-bye to being able to hide them. I feel like I was always told it was a thing. It was some kind of maybe a strategy to get your to get people to stop looking too much into your subscriber count, but that is going to be gone at the end of the month, so get used to it. Right now I am at 451 or 52 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 500 at least by the end of August, so I appreciate your support. If you like the content, or if you've been by the channel and you appreciate me making these videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give it a little support. It's free. I'm not asking you for any donations right now. Not asking for any donations right now. So take advantage of it. Like the channel, help me grow. Give me some suggestions, and I will take it and do what I can to make my content better. So, man, if you haven't been around, man, if you have been around, you see that the content in the space in general has been pretty inconsistent. has been pretty inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? First, and I try to tell people to take this stuff with a grain of salt. Come in, get what you can get, learn what you can learn. If you can take something good out of anybody's content, take it, but don't take this stuff too seriously, because as you see, as you've seen, quite frankly, and quite swiftly, that as soon as Kevin Samuels passed, all of a sudden everybody's like, we're just gonna flip the content. We're gonna take his content, especially, I'm gonna call it like it is. I try to really stay out of it, but it is what it is. I'm gonna call it like I see it. A lot of the women creators have the taken Kevin Samuels content, remixed it, and is spitting it back out to you, men and women of the greater YouTube arena. And if you're not born with a sense of what is the word for it, discernment, that's a good word. If you're not born or blessed with a rational sense of discernment, you will be easily swayed, and you will be taught, and you will hear things that might not necessarily be correct or might not necessarily be true. Like, for instance, Melanie King. Melanie King, 100 plus, almost 200,000 subscribers, saying the same thing that Kevin Samuels was saying. No shade, 200,000 subscribers, and if you live by the rules of subscriber supremacy, you will quickly believe that the thing she says is true and be blinded and be starstruck by the subscriber count, and you will be sucked into oblivion by a lot of people, and like a lot of people, and then you will end up led astray. So Melanie King came out talking about red pill is basically there to tell women what they haven't been listening to, or what people haven't told women, or not telling women the truth. That's what red pill, in her eyes and her words, is. Not for a way for women to learn the truth about themselves. And I myself didn't really know about red pill until maybe a year and a half. Yeah, I say a year and a half ago. And what I got out of red pill in general was, male self-improvement, learning about female nature and how to move outside of women that have been propped up in society on this pedestal, and know that you can put yourself first, and actually have the skills and learn the skills to help yourself grow. So that's what I got out of red pill, not being a here to tell women about themselves or help them try to get a high value man. That was Kevin's mantra. That was his whole markup. That was his whole deal. His whole brand was centered around, getting, dressing to impress for the men, and for the women being able to land you a high value man. Now, if you were paying attention, like a lot of us, if you have discernment, you'll kind of know, or kind of figured out, that it wasn't so much about getting women high value men, but kind of trying to show women that everybody didn't deserve either a high value man, or helping women understand where they were on the pecking order of that sexual marketplace. But like I said, I myself have been out of that whole arena. I haven't been in that arena for like 12 years. I've been tied down for 12 years, and I really didn't have any skin in the game. But what I could get behind with the red pill and men's content was building of men, was raising men up, was building men to be better than what they were the day before. And I could get behind that if people were in the arena and in the space of red pill, and that's what red pill, the core of red pill, was about. I could get behind red pill, because in American society, as well as Black society as a subculture in American society, men have been put on the back burner. Men have been placed in a position to believe they are less than, or more subservient to the average, rank and file modern day woman. And it's not always men's fault. It's not always men's fault, especially if you've been born and raised in a situation to where you automatically believe that the things, that the rhetoric that women in the culture are telling you, that it is what it is. That's what you know. So if your mother's telling you this, and your aunties are telling you something, and your female cousins are telling you something, then TV shows and society are telling you the same things. What other choice do you have but to, be brainwashed and go along with what they're telling you? So it's not always the man's fault. Now, what happens is when a man gets to a certain age, it does become not so much their fault and everybody else's fault, but more so his fault. And that's what I like about the red pill, because red pill, in general, I'm not talking about everybody, because I can't speak for everybody, but for the positive people and the positive aspects out of it, yes, you can. You don't, men do not have to go through life believing that they are, second class citizens, that if you are positive, that if you are a hustler, that you can go out and get the things that you needed out of life. And it always didn't have to be tethered to a woman. That is why I had took such an issue with Shan and the guys that were on Lapeef last week, like I said before, because all of a sudden when Kevin passes away, it goes from showing your work and dress, in dressing for success and being the best man you can be to the whole man's life is not nothing without the love, or going out and having aspirations to get the love from a woman. And I say, and say, how Aaron, how, as a married man, how could you tell other men and other young men not to want to go out and get married and want to and not go out and do the things that you do? And I tell people this because everybody is not me. I am one of the lucky ones. I figure myself one of the lucky ones, and I believe my wife the same, because we could have been in totally different. We could have went down totally different roads. We could have went exactly the way the community wanted us to go, and we would be, baby daddies, and she could be a babies, multiple baby mamas. Y'all know how the stereotype goes, but we were lucky. We were blessed and lucky not to do that and not to be down that road. But that doesn't go for a lot of people. A lot of people operate in the land of inconsistencies, doing what other people would figure they want them to do, in doing what the popular part of culture wants you to do, because the popular culture is very inconsistent. Every time one person turns around or the next person comes around, what's appropriate or what's good is always forever changing and in flux. But I digress. What I really want people to understand when they listen to about this inconsistencies, you really have to pay attention, because it's really easy to get stuck off to. Sorry about that. But one of the reasons I didn't, or I wouldn't be quick to tell young men to just get married and to put their stake in love, is because of this.
I don't like commitment. I don't do no motherfucking relationship.
You don't do relationship?
Nah. One night stands, I just said that. I don't like commitment. I don't do no motherfucking relationship.
You don't do relationship?
Nah, that shit dead for the motherfucking bird.
I'm not the marrying type.
I don't do marriage. One night stand.
I'm more of a, solo type of bitch.
City boy!
It's an evil world we live in.
Sensational.
So, as I was saying, a young man that's out here doesn't really have a chance. What chance does a young man out here have? What chance does he have? Get this thing to work right. What chance does a young man have? What chance does he have in this world against women like that? What chance does he have? Would you say he has a 50% chance of finding what he wants out of a woman from what you guys seen? Do you feel like he had a 50, 60% chance, 100, 80% chance? What chance does a young man on his grind or on his game or in his prime have trying to seek out marriage and seek out love with women that are 90, 80, 90% like that, because we could say and think about, we could think about it and we could say all we want to is oh, that's not all, that's not all. But in reality, 80, 90% is a lot. And if women don't believe that it's 80, 90% of the women out there like that, they for damn sure aren't combating that. So that's what I said, and I meant what I said. It's not safe for a young man to just seek out marriage unless it is like arranged or something like that. It has, something that where you have more security, you have more people in your corner, more people to back you up. Then really it's not safe. And then I'm not talking about somebody, people say all the time, well, y'all always complaining about somebody getting with you and divorcing you and taking your money. It's not all about money. It's time that's lost. If you have a kid, there's another kid involved, and it just goes down the rabbit hole. It gets worse and worse. And the more you talk about it, the more you think about it, it gets worse. But it's the inconsistencies that we need to really change, and we really need to think about. You guys, like I said before, you got Kevin Samuels rhetoric being regurgitated. You got people all over the place saying one thing one half of the year, then the next half of the year they're saying something else. And if you really think about it, consistency is the key to a lot of things in life. It's the key to winning in a lot of circumstances. If I could tell you guys, if I can give you guys the magic pill to life, would you take it? People often say if somebody had a magic pill, to any problem, people will be lined up around the block trying to buy that magic pill. I want you guys to think of it like this. Can I tell you something? Every workout, every meal plan works. Everybody has a special keto diet. Everybody has a special workout, a special P90X or whatever you might think about kind of workout. And everybody swears that their workout is the best workout for everybody, and not to do this diet or not to do this diet or this workout because this workout is better and you get better results, right? But what if I was to tell you every one of those workouts works, every one of those diets work, and the only thing that was missing in between all of that is consistency? See, what often happens, we're going to stick to this for a second, often happens when we're working out. What often happens if we're doing anything that has anything to do with us actually working and putting us outside of our comfort zone, what usually happens? We usually don't stay in that area of discomfort very long to figure out whether what we were doing was going to work or not. But I guarantee whatever you're doing, whether you're trying to meet a goal, or whether you're trying to better yourself, whether you're trying to learn something, or whether you're trying to do something new that you really didn't think that you could do, the key to figuring out, or the key to success in that, is consistency. If you're a content creator, different people will teach you master classes on how to be successful, on how to do better thumbnails, or how to do better camera works, or how to do transitions and all of that different thing, all those different things, right? But if you do not have the consistency to stay here and actually film and actually put you a video out once a week, or to actually be in it when other people didn't want, or you didn't feel like people were out here for you or wanted to actually like your content, if you didn't have the discipline to stay consistent, then none of it really matters. If you're here 1 week and then you don't come back until 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, your consistency will never be enough for you to know whether you would succeed or not. See, we often do that to ourselves, right? We often give things a try for a little while, and then it gets uncomfortable, and then we'll run away, and then we'll blame it on, society. We'll blame it on my and I'm a victim. I'm not a victim, but I'm guilty of this myself. We'll sit here and dog ourselves and down ourselves and tell everything about us and complain about every little shortcoming that we have and blame it on all of that. And I'm not good at this, and this is this, and the world is like this. And in all actuality, if we actually stayed and then we actually consistent, that could have been a world of change for you. You don't know the people that you missed reaching out to by downing yourself and getting in comparing yourself and making yourself feel like you were less than the next person. If you just stay consistent and push through that and battle through what you were going to, you would just break through. You would have a breakthrough. You would burst through the door, and you would never know the mountains that you would have climbed and everything that you would have surpassed. I've seen different content creators talking about how messed up it is, how everybody's attention span is short, and which it is. Everybody's attention span is short. You have people taking the TikTok framework and trying to bring it here and feeding people, short pieces of content and getting them out of the habit and out of the use of having long form content. And that just is what it is. You have to learn how to adapt. But what I've often seen people say is, well, this person has 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, and I only have 50,000 subscribers. But if you look at their engagement, that person that had 200,000 subscribers had the same amount of people in the chat box as the person with 25 and 50,000 subscribers. See, that's what matters. Subscribers, yes, it kind of goes hand in hand. You got to have a lot of people. The more people you have on your side that see you, that like you, is a better chance that you're going to get people to eyes on you. And if you really care, that's the more people that you have to impact, to reach, to influence. Yes, it goes hand in hand. But when you have say you had 10,000 super fans and you had 10,000 people watching you every week, and that person with 100,000 subscribers only had 1,000 people watching you every week, who is in the better position? Who is actually in the better position? Is it the person that has 200,000 subscribers, or is it you killing it every week with 50,000 subscribers and having 10,000 super fans there? See, that's what you guys have to really focus on this, in this aspect, with consistency. You have to know that you have to be there. You have to exhaust every method of your well-being, of your being, to know that I did everything I can do. And I always tell people this, and I always tell my family members this: if you go to bed at night and you've done everything you can do, there's nothing else you could have did different, tweaked different, and results just weren't any different, then don't be so hard on yourself, because you did everything you can do. It's just going to take time. It might take switching something up, whatever. But if you went to bed and you knew that I could have stayed up a little longer, I could have made more thumbnails, I could have sat up and wrote more scripts out for myself to do. If I could, I could have did something to change my something, and I had time to do something that could have changed my outcome, then yeah, you weren't doing enough. You weren't doing enough. And you're going to have to, if you want things to change, you're going to have to be more consistent. You're going to have to be more consistent. You're not going to be able to flip flop. You're not going to be able to one day want to support one person or be there for one person or be with one person, and then the next day you want to just turn around and flip the script, or niche, have a niche in one way and like that niche, and then next week your niche totally changes. Yes, in the end, in the long run, you are flexible. You need to figure out what you want to do, and I feel like if you are going at it pure, if you're actually trying to make a change, make a difference, regardless of what it is, if you were really trying to make a difference and want to make a difference, everything will align for the better. But if you're out there for the BS, if you're out there trying to, really mess around and you're not serious about what you're doing and really, trying to impact somebody, then more than likely that's going to show. I want people to not give up on themselves. Myself included. I told you guys I was in the whole real estate school stage. So, I had my real estate exam prep book here, and I just signed up for my classes. I really think I need to make another channel for it. So I'm thinking about that. That's in the works. I don't want to split you guys too much, but I really think that is one of the next things I want to do. And it's never, and even in that, you got to stay consistent, even in that, you got to stay consistent. Let's see what I got going on here. Hold on. How many, let's play this for a second. How many of y'all seen Big Bird? I remember this Sesame Street deal. We see that right there. I don't know where my stuff went. Anyway, we got Sesame Street characters snubbing little black kids. We got them snubbing little black kids, man. I'm telling you, the world doesn't get any, it's not getting any better out there, man. It's not getting better out any out there. It's just getting worse. It's just getting worse. If it's not something, it's not one thing, it's something else. Get that up there. Do that. See what else is going on. Anyway. You guys, how y'all been? How you actually been doing? I needed to get on here and talk about the consistency because, like I said before, it is very, very strange. And I sometimes man, you have to really take responsibility and understand that it's not always the women. It's not always the women. Something I also seen while I'm around, or have I been kind of lurking around ninja watching on people's channels, that the men will complain all day. Men will complain all day about women and women in the space, and not letting women do this and not letting women do that. And if it was my channel, I wouldn't let people get away with all of this, and then turn around and simp and go up there and bootlick for the very people and the very women that they claim that they wouldn't let run or be around on their channels, or I don't get it. And that's a part of consistency too. If we can't take you at your word as men, if we can't take you at your word as men, what good are you? You're only good as a man in this world. As a man, you're only as good as your word. Most of us don't have a lot of money. Put this up here. Most of us don't have a lot of money. So all you really have in this world is your word. Your word is your bond. And when you guys go around talking about, women this and women that, and we don't need women in this space, and we don't want to, listen to women, but then you go turn right around and run to those women's channels and then big up these women and give those women free promotion, just to turn around, and when you're ready to get promoted from them, not to get the promotion, you look stupid. You look dumb. And that's inconsistent. We're gonna have to get some more consistency in that aspect as men. We, let these women do what they do. They're here. They're not going anywhere. They're gonna do what they do. You have no control over that. And like I said, my 2022 motto is not to argue with these women, not to get on these panels and sit there and argue with these women and give them your time, but you're doing it anyway. And if you're going to do it anyway, you're going to go out of your way and you're going to argue with women and you're going to combat women on their channels. At least you can do is sit out, take some time, learn how to speak eloquently, learn what you're going to say, learn your battle and your talking points, and then go up and argue with a person, with a woman. What you guys fail to realize, because you guys think all these women are just dumb and are not dumb, or they're ignorant, don't know what they're doing, and they're going to fold under your under the pressure of you. When you have no presence or authority, and they're not actually if they don't respect your presence or authority, they don't care about what you're going to say. They're going to disrespect you, ball you up like a piece of paper, and then throw you in the trash. You guys got to realize these women. A lot of these women go to school for communications and speech pathology and everything like that. You guys heard it. It's not me. A lot of these women do that. Communication, and some women's lib and all this stuff like this. But if you guys want to sit up and get on a woman's panel and actually combat this woman or debate this woman, and you guys don't have the necessary speaking skills to go up against this woman, you end up looking stupid. You end up getting embarrassed, and you end up being the talking point or a poster child for ignorance, and it gets plastered all over the internet for everybody to see for all eternity. And that's where you guys have to be consistent. You guys have to learn that you can't just jump up. Especially guys that sit here and complain and then proclaim that you guys are content creators, but you guys still talk at a third grade level. You guys talk as if you only at a third grade reading level. You sit here and don't have your speaking or don't have your thoughts in order. And then you think you're finna go up there and have a ghetto argument with a person that's been making hundreds and hundreds of videos, talking all day and all night, and actually take the craft that they're doing seriously. See, this is the problem with a lot of the fellas in the space. You guys can't sit up here and go half-assed at something like speaking, like public speaking, thinking you're going to go up head to head against a lady, against a woman, and which is a formidable opponent, and then think you're going to come out on top. You never will come out on top. See, that's a part of being consistent. That's a part of having consistency, knowing that you're going to go out of your way to learn, to be able to speak, to be able to battle, to be able to know what you're talking about, instead of looking like a jackass for the whole world to see. Maybe it's just me, but I don't want to be made a fool of. I'm not going to give anybody the satisfaction of seeing me go on their panel and then for them just to boot me off and cuss me out where I can't defend myself. See, you guys, you have to realize, like Sun Tzu, it's the art of war. You have to know if you're behind enemy lines and you're battling with somebody, you got to know that you can realize that you're on their home turf, and what they control the mic, they control the keyboard, they control the outcome of the situation. And you should know, if you're going to go on somebody's platform, they are going to have the upper hand. They can get rid of you anytime you want to. So you have to know how to come and battle with a person without making yourself look bad. Now, see, that's if you can't do that, if you don't have the ability to do that, if you don't have the mind or the foresight to do that, you need to stay away from these women's platforms, work on yourself, let them have it. But a lot of you guys don't want to get off these women's programs because you low key are infatuated with the women that are having these men talking points. You guys like it. You guys love it. As the brothers Ramil and Ty City say, you love the SBE. There's something about people that love to watch men and women argue with the hopes that the men ends up burying the woman. There's something about that they like. There's something about being able to see the women get punished, and you have to have more discipline. You have to have more discipline and consistency to know that you can't win in enemy lines all the time. You have to be exceptional. You have to be exceptional. And I might be speaking to the choir. I know other people, it's pretty much over with as far as trying to shame women into acting right. You guys low key want to be with these women. This is why you want to shame them into submission. You low key, you call them 304s and thoughts, and then turn around and be, those are the same women that you actually want to pay you the time of day. You want that. So you stick around. That's why you follow them. That's why you follow them from panel to panel. That's why you follow them from discussion to discussion. You guys are infatuated with those women. And you guys have to know, and you guys have to learn how to control that. Otherwise, you're going to be on the losing end. You're going to be on the losing end. You're already on the losing end. This is why people and are saying women are winning and the men are just sitting here looking stupid, because in reality, you are. And all it takes is for you to stop being so inconsistent. Stop saying one thing. Stop saying that you don't care, that you are the quote unquote alpha male of all alpha males, and actually shut the door, put the wall up, whatever you want to call it. Work on yourself, get better if you are a content creator, and then decide to do what you got to do. See, they'll come to you. The people will come to you. I know I don't have anybody in here watching right now, and it's okay. It's the Thought and Talk podcast. This is what it is. I was made to do this. I was a loner. I was here. I was designed to be here in the trenches by myself. That is what I do. I don't need 100,000 people cheering me on for me to feel validation. I can do this by myself. As long as I reach one person, that's all that matters. If I reach one person, and if I get to one person and help one person get past whatever they got past, to be an inspiration to a person, that's cool. That's all I need. But you guys got to do it. If you want to get better, if you want to do better, you're going to have to do it. There's no way you're going to have the success or outcomes that you want without being consistent. Consistency is key. Consistency is key, people. You want to do better. You want everything to go the way you want to go. Start being consistent. If you say you're going to shut these women off, stop chasing behind these women. Be consistent. Don't do that. Focus on yourself. Work on yourself. Be the people that you are claiming that you are. Because I can't be it for you. I just sit back. Like I say, I don't have any skin in the game. I just want brothers to be better. I want brothers to do better. And hopping up and saying one thing and then turning around and doing another thing, it's not conducive for you. It's not conducive for anybody, especially if you have peers in your circle. Be consistent. I know we're in a weird time where people think and people want to have the success that other people have. I know you guys want it. I know you guys don't want to be stuck in a place or be stuck in a rut, and I hate that feeling of being stuck, like you're putting in all your effort, like you're putting in all that work, like you're putting in everything that you need to do, and you're just not getting the results that you need. But then XYZ person's over there is barely working or barely doing anything, and they seem like they're getting handed the world. So you have to realize that this isn't all just happenstance. This isn't all just organic. A lot of this stuff is predetermined and have been set in motion by people that have way more power than me and you. That's why I said go for the people that you can reach. Make sure that you have, if you got 10,000 subscribers, make sure you got 1,000 super fans. If you got 50,000 subscribers, make sure you got 5,000 super fans. And so keep going on so forth and onward. That's what you do. Don't make it to where you're making it hard on yourself. Don't make it to where you're down on yourself. Stay consistent. That's all you got to do. When times get rough, when times get hard, when you feel like you don't want to push or make it anymore, man, forget them women, man. Be consistent. We got jobs. I know we got things to do. We got people to take care of and people looking out for, or what we have to look out for, but you're consistent for them. And if you take your content creation seriously, if you take whatever avenues or whatever things that you are doing seriously, be consistent. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't fold. The ones of us that really do care, that think, that feel like we have to do. Sorry about that. That have a mission to do. Be consistent. Because people are going to keep doing what they're doing. You're not going to be able to stop these ratchet people. Like I said, Glorilla is pregnant. F and F. If Glorilla is pregnant, after all that, after F and F, then it's over with, man. Anybody, people just going to do what they want to do. And if somebody got something to say about what you're doing, if somebody got something to say like you ain't going to make it, this is all I'll tell them.
And I would just say, bitch, fuck you. Bitch, fuck you. Bitch.
That's what you tell them. That's what you tell them. That's what you got to do. You guys got to realize you can't sit up here and base what you're doing off somebody else. You can't sit here and base everything you're doing off of everything. Of course, we're going to compare ourselves a little bit. We're going to take an idea, tweak it a little bit, make something a little different. But in the end, man, everything is going to come down to your consistency. Everything in life is going to come down to your consistency. You want the results? You guys got to be more consistent. You can see right now in the world and in the environment that we believe is falling down right now. I think we can all agree that things aren't really where they should be and where we want it to be. And why is that? That's because we're in a world where in a land where everything is inconsistent. We have people out here that tell us to fight the power, right? We got people out here to tell us that we got to stand up, and then those very people that tell us they got to stand up stay in the back and then reap the benefits off everybody fighting and dying. It's going to forever be like that. It's going to forever be a distraction. So y'all got to do what y'all got to do. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know what to do. Y'all just it hurts, and it's sometimes it's a little scary to do, but you got to do it. Oh man, I didn't have a lot, man. I just know that I needed to get out here and let you guys know that you guys got to be consistent in everything you do. Nothing's going to change for you unless you do. Don't worry about all this stuff that's going on, because at the end of the day, man, all y'all really got is you. And hopefully y'all got people in y'all corners that do care. Yeah, hopefully y'all got people that do care about you. Because if you do, man, you're lucky. You're a lucky one. I don't know, man. I try to do my thing. Make sure this is, yeah. Anyway, you guys, man, I appreciate it. I wasn't gonna make this a long one. I just wanted to come through and tell you guys that you guys got to do it. Be consistent. Don't pay attention to all the rest of this mess, man. Keep working on your crafts. Keep doing your thing. Keep working on male improvement, man. Because I know right now it feels like you don't like there's no reason for you to do it, like, because nobody wants to see your improvement. Everybody wants nobody wants to talk about improvement. Nobody wants to actually be there to be the one who actually does this stuff or rein people in. It looks like that because you got all these female content creators and all these people on this BS out here to look like they're running the world right now. And part of that is because of the men. But you guys got to zip. You guys got to tighten up. You guys got to lace your bootstraps up. You guys got to do what it needs, what it takes, even if it is leaving them alone and focusing on each other or yourself. It's not going to the work is not going to happen without you doing it, without you being consistent. You're not going to have any of the gratification that you want. You're not going to make it anywhere without it. Y'all, I know a lot of people are saying the same things to you about these different things that they giving up on the space. And I think it's the things are there for good things to happen and for the actual space to grow and come back in different ways, but it can't be through trying to shame people into submission. You can't be like me. You can't. I don't shame to make them submit. I shame just because it brings a little joy in my heart for these things to be talked about. Sometimes if I see foolishness, then I need to expose the foolishness. There's no reason not to talk about it, but I don't really expect anything to come out of it besides me showing you what's going on without me being a person to just stand back and let stuff happen without me laughing or talking about it. And I just go on about my life. But you guys need to, you really need to be consistent. Don't sit there and think that everything is just going to fall into place, with you being inconsistent and patchy and squirrely and wanting, that's like wanting to be this damn high value man thing and only wanting to work, 30, 40 hours a week. It's not, if you want to be super successful, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to do everything you need to do in order for that to happen. But let me see this right here.
Have fun, my man.
It's a real star you got there.
Thanks.
Take care of those hands. They're taking you places.
I got hands. I'm gonna go pro.
You definitely could.
Easy money.
Easy money. Have you ever thought about what else you could be? Go alongside. You could be a brain surgeon. Your hands could operate as skillfully as Dr. Myron Rowe. Or a sports agent, handling big contracts, like Rich Paul. What about an artist? You can be as creative as Brian Blue the Great. The art you make could inspire the world. Son, you can even be an astronaut. Flying in space with Leland D. Melvin. Sure, with those hands, you could play for a team, but you could buy a team. Ownership. Get to wear the rings first.
I can do all that, Dad?
You can be anything you want with these hands.
I believe half of y'all aren't the people that y'all want to be because y'all were never told that y'all can be whatever y'all wanted to be in the first place. I believe it. I believe half of y'all, if not most of y'all, are not at the place that you want to be in life because nobody told you that you could be whatever you wanted to be. And for people out there that are young that will hear this in the future, people out there that don't believe, people that are out there that think that they just can't cut it, they just can't be who they want to be because look at all these other people out here doing these things. I say forget that, push it to the side, rebuke it, and be consistent. Guys, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm gonna let you guys let that be it for this evening. Get ready to get some more content ready. I hope somebody got something out of it whenever you see it. I appreciate the people that are new to the channel. Like I said before, you guys have a good evening, have a good weekend, and I will catch you guys on the channel. Until next time, everybody, I am gone.